You know what time it is.
Here, look at this. Do you know what this is? I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since. I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you.
So hot.
I'm glad you like it. I was just thinking, here I am doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining. Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness.
Oh, so sweet.
I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on past this awkward, embarrassing stage and get right to the steamy bits, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, if you only knew. Mm-mm-mm.
Ha ha. Bluff called. Damn, she saw right through me.
Totally what I do in real life, too. Like, off with the armor, kid.
Well, it doesn't have to be a bluff. Well, I suppose we are in the camp. The tent's right over there. This is true.
You're gonna balk, aren't you?
I'll be... I'll be standing over here until the blushing stops. Just to be, safe. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right? Oh, you want to... right now? Well, who am I to refuse?
Inception. That totally did not happen. What, you thought you saw something? You didn't see anything.
Blight, how will you end it? Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
Blunt honesty.
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
Love it.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
I like that. Hello, Alistar. Goodbye, Alistar. Not doing it. It's not time yet. Some things should not be rushed. Alright, I'm giving gifts here real quick. Because I collected these and I want to get all of my affections up, work on the friendships, along with reducing my inventory space or increasing them taking up space in my inventory. There we go. You know how I am about inventory. I don't like playing Tetris. And I think this game does a really good job giving me backpacks and stuff. So I don't have to, frustrate myself like Baldur's Gate.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Major's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately. Secrets. My mother has many of them, and this tome represents the one time that they were able to get away from her. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Her boobs grew. Change outfits and her boobs get bigger.
Have you along on the road? I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too, merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose. Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kalsharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old Tigers fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Somebody would take them. That's for sure.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back. I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. It may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
I wonder if we find his wife.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming. People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch. That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came, either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings. And then they were gone. Just as quick. I wonder if there's anyone left. I heard some chanters were going to head down south, maybe to try to find some survivors. I'm not holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. Nobody seems to know where Oral Eamon is in all this business. If he were here, he could put a stop to all this talk of civil war for sure. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. It seems that some of the bands just won't accept Tyrn Logain's orders. There's too much talk still of King Keelan's death and questions about what happened. You'd think with the Darkspawn knocking on our doorstep, people would be more likely to stand together, wouldn't you? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for... I hear rumor that Orlesian forces that were coming to help us fight the Darkspawn had been turned back at the mountain crossing. You'd almost think we could use their help against those monsters. Though part of me is glad we won't have Ferelden full of Orlesian bastards again. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it. There's news out of the Mage Tower that the Circle of Magi had a close call. Demons got out, but the mages were able to overcome them. Though, not without a lot of damage. I know mages bring such terror upon themselves, but I have to admit I'm glad we'll still have magic to wield against the Darkspawn. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for... I don't know what to tell you. Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Well, that was quick. Alright, let's head out here.
Yes.
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 We have to save the kid. So, back to Redcliffe. And the castle. Which is also different because last time I let the kid die. Boy, that was a depressing playthrough. Seriously, looking back on it, oh my god. All that death.
The mages are waiting to start the ritual.
I've told you the only thing I can think of that might help. Until you make a decision, I think...
Ah, there you are. We have brought lyrium and begun preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
I won't ask how you beat me here.
It truly depends on the manner of demon. It sounds like a spirit of greed and desire, one of the more powerful in the hierarchy. It will likely engage you in dialogue and tempt you with an offer. Avoid it. Making deals with demons never turns out well. Yes, we haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade. It only works because the child gave himself to the demon willingly. If the demon takes over the host forcibly, we must slay the abomination. We have only enough lyrium for one attempt. I hope you succeed. Such a young lad deserves better than execution.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Magic.
Very well. I assume you are going into the Fade. Or did you have someone else in mind?
No, I'll go. Make this quick.
Good. Let us get the ritual underway, then.
And this is going to be quick. I hope. Because you know how much I just love the Fade. Where is this kid? Come on. There we go.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now. No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
Now, I wonder why Irving doesn't take Jowen back and kill him. You know, use it to get the stuff, the blood that was in the phylantry or whatever. I mean, they don't have to track him down anymore. He's right there. Kill him. You never know what happens to Jowen, to my knowledge.
Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Because you're a demon.
You will not find what you seek. Turn back now.
No.
Trespasser! I will drive you out!
I keep looking for the quickest solution. You know, it's like, let's just get to the fight. I've done this before, so let's get out of here and save the kid. So we can move on to other parts of the game.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere?
Oh God, why do you keep trying? It doesn't work. Die.
Connor invited her to come, and they struck a bargain. She has every right to do as she wishes. No, it is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Does it look like I'm intimidated in the least? But what I wonder is this an illusion that I'm killing the demon? Or am I killing layers of the demon? Or how is this demon, or is it multiple demons that I'm fighting here? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. Yeah, good to save.
Very well. No more illusions. Now we meet face to face. You see my true form, and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful. And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead? Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
Now, didn't we see her true form the other 3 or 4 times? So, now that I think about it, we're about to get the answer to my question, because she does that mirror image shit that mages do. That's like the classic spell. So that's what she was doing before, is that she was creating mirror images of herself for me to to fight, I guess. Now, I do wonder if it's possible, because if you notice, she always does the sensual rub the breast, go towards the southern regions kind of thing. So, is it possible to have a fling with the demon? And then, of course, the boy dies? I wonder if that's possible. That would be a good option for an evil playthrough. But could you have sex with her without being consumed by her, taken over? That is the question. I mean, technically, I guess, once you start to think about it, you should technically be able to. Because when you have sex like that, it's taking over the body, not the mind. Here I go, off on one of these weird tangents. This is sad. This is all your fault, chick. Trying to hide stuff you shouldn't have been hiding. All these innocent people had to die. Well, didn't have to die, but did die. Oh. Way to pollute the water, though. What else can you do?
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he could be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
Irving should have took him, but whatever.
Very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
I don't like her. I really don't.
That is a possibility. But there is a reason it's still an option. I am not simply grasping at straws.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Eamon fell ill, I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
I must organize Eamon's knights as they return, draft new soldiers, and prepare the army to fight. I shall hand Redcliffe back to Eamon when he awakens, and in a state where it can be of some use in the coming war. Truly, what other choice do I have? No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Now, I know we need his help, but no, I don't want to say real life, but would we really go searching for a myth to save him so that we can get his help for an army? You know? But don't have to worry about it because that's what we're going to do. I do wonder about that, though.
Sire, I have more news. Oh, yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he not?
Never! Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.